single. Jingle jangle. In that song, it's so very...
Okay, listen. Starfield, the design of Starfield, all of the loading screens and all of that mess was kind of the last nail in the coffin to a degree for the creation engine as it currently stands right now. Now, saying that, I want to be very clear that the game this is in is Fallout 3. Fallout 3 came out in 2006. In what other game could you take a baby basket, fill it with mines, push it down a hill, and kill an NPC in the distance? One of the reasons the Bethesda games are such great sandboxes is because the way the creation engine works is it innately gives every item that isn't a static part of the landscape, every item that you can pick up, and even some items that you can't pick up and put in your inventory, you can interact with and move, and they have their own physics. This is a double-edged thing. On one hand, you get, there's a incredible amount of like loading that has to be done, and so to do that, they segment the game up into these cells, which is why there's so many loading screens in Bethesda games. But on the other hand, you get a level of interactability with the world that I would even argue up until the last few years, or even still, is not at the same level. Like, I was spoiled with Skyrim being my first ever RPG when I went to go play, things like Dragon Age or, any number of other RPGs. Like, the level of interactability of Bethesda games, I held to the same standard, which I shouldn't have, because the creation engine is very unique in that way. And as much as I would love it if the next Bethesda game went for something like, Unreal or Unity or Godot, I do feel like that unique Bethesda flavor will be lost because of how the physics engine in the creation engine works, and the fact that the interactability of the world is so unique for Bethesda games. So it's just, I'm torn. Starfield was hot garbage, but if they made a fully, handcrafted world like Skyrim was, I don't know. I think I'd be fine with all the loading screens, but I might just be the minority opinion here.